0908-273-6086, 0908-273-6086.
Rendezvous program, taking you on a whirlwind tour across the nation with captivating stories. Get you ready for a night of culture, adventure, and inspirations. From the beautiful love story to symbol of woman as an image of justice, to Rent as a journey of nightmare. But before we do that, it's just about 21 days before the month of December, the month often considered as festive period. Before the hustling and bustling, note that good things are usually in the market, and tomorrow is yet another day. Good evening and welcome. I'm your presenter, Chris Wilson Eze. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has declared Professor Chukwuma Charles Soludo of the All Progressive Grand Alliance, APGA, winner of the Anambra State governorship election, having polled a total number of 421,664 votes. The announcement followed the collection of results from the 21 local government area of the state, marking the conclusion of the election that drew significant attention from across Nigeria. Joy Ilebu reports.
Announcing the results at the INEC headquarters in Oka, the state returning officer for the election and vice chancellor of the University of Benin, Professor Edosa Bright Omoroge, SAN, declared Professor Chukwuma Charles Soludo of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, winner, having scored the highest number of valid votes cast in the election, followed by the All Progressive Congress, APC, with 99,445.
Ever certified that I am the returning officer in the 2025 Anambra State governorship election held on the 8th day of November 2025. I also certify that the election was contested and that the winner emerged. The candidate with the highest number of votes cast and percentage have all been completed. I therefore declare that Soludo Charles Chukwuma of the APGA having satisfied the requirement of the law and scored the highest number of votes in this election is hereby declared the winner and returned elected.
The Anambra State governorship election, observers say, was a litmus test for the new INEC chairman following his recent appointment. Following the declaration, party agents at the collation center expressed mixed reactions.
The result here is the result of the election. This is the declaration of result. Yes, and so the next thing is for us to proceed and present the result to the governor.
There's some concern, and my concern was just simply that how could you be using beavers and we are talking about overvoting? Before somebody can vote, you need to go and the beavers will capture you. But the given situation where we are talking about overvoting, now it raises a lot of questions.
For election observers who monitored the exercise across the 21 local government areas of the state, the exercise was largely peaceful.
I see this exercise as a very spectacular one, as a very peculiar election, very special in a way that it is exceptionally peaceful, unlike other elections.
Everything we saw there were very good. They really, fulfilled were very fulfilling to us. Seeing that they aligned to our template of
assessing peaceful, cordial, credible, accountable election.
Anambra State governorship election was held Saturday, 8 November 2025 across the state. In Awka, Joy Ilwebu, NTA News.
Still on our hard news, President Bola Tinubu congratulates Professor Chukwuma Soludo on his re-election as the governor of Anambra State, saying the overwhelming victory he recorded in Saturday's poll has now made him the third governor in the state's political history to win a second term. President Tinubu also congratulates the people of Anambra State, the security agencies, and the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, on the peaceful and successful conduct of the governorship election. Professor Soludo's re-election is a demonstration of his visionary leadership and the significant progress the state has made under his guidance. Governor Soludo, the solution has demonstrated that indeed knowledge is power and that academic principles can be applied in serving the people under guiding accountability, transparency and prudence, management of people and resources, says the president. Sunday Rendezvous continues after the break. Stay with us.
With travel and logistics plan, Lovefish Travel and Tours Limited is here to serve you. We provide visa assistance, proof of funds, languages classes for easy international work placement, caregiver and social work certifications, both virtual and physical classes. Are you planning a work retreat or school excursion? Do you need to ship goods across the globe? We got your back with our premium cargo services at Akani Biam International Airport in partnership with Nigeria Export Promotion Council, Southeast Regional Office, and Ethiopian Airlines. In Lovefish Travel and Tour Limited, proficiency, efficiency, and professionalism is our watchword. Visit us at number 36 Umoji Street, Independence Layout, Enugu, or call 0706 295 8388. Lovefish Travel, moving dreams, moving you. Enjoy.
Introducing Naphtali's Hotel, 47 Ezilo Street, Independence Layout, Enugu. A moment at Naphtali's is an experience we'll share forever. A luxurious suite fitted with brand new air conditioners, 42-inch plasma TV, free Wi-Fi, and bespoke services. Presented in a serene environment, distinguish us from the others. Our main bar, garden bar, and restaurant give you a wide choice of drinks and delicacies, while our 800 capacity fully air-conditioned hall is the ideal haven for that special event. Naphtali's Hotel swimming pool and gym are available all day, while our live band blesses your ears every Friday and Sunday. Enjoy a whole new world of top-notch hospitality in the cool city. Your security is our priority. We are Naphtali's Hotel, 47 Ezilo Street, Brown and Brown, Independence Layout, Enugu. For inquiry, call 0908 273 6086, 0908 273 6086.
Welcome. Moving on, culture, they say, is people's way of life. But how do we reconcile when it involves visitors trying to adapt people's way of life? When visitors with foreign lands show genuine interest, learn and participate in an indigenous culture, are majorly owned, operated, and controlled by the indigenous people. This fosters deep connections between the tribes and races, creating a harmonious, heterogeneous community. Now, this is the story of Enugu, the coal city. Susan Eze sought out some of these indigenous visitors who have so bonded with their communities that they have become a part of the fabric of the coal city. The report.
Initially seen as foreigners, these visitors have now become part and parcel of the coal city. The growth of Enugu was driven by colonial projects such as coal mining and the railway, which attracted people of diverse ethnic and racial backgrounds, evolving into the cosmopolitan city it is today. Foreigners in Enugu have become assimilated into the local culture through long-term settlement, economic integration, shared community life, and intermarriages. 74-year-old Indian Dr. Naren Agarwal, a consultant ophthalmologist, has practiced in Enugu for 41 years, attending to over 1 million eye patients. Today, Dr. Agarwal has become one of the people.
This is my second home, and I will call it even a first home, because the house I'm living in is 35 years I have been in that particular house. So I feel very much at home with Nigeria, with my house here. And as far as the food is concerned, yes, I have adapted to a great extent, especially there are certain of your food stuff like okra. You know okra?
Also integrated into the system through marriage, Mrs. Rongrat Okereke from Thailand lost her Nigerian husband in 2013, but chose to remain in the coal city, running her business. For her, Nigeria is home.
Food, have you tried?
I can cook overno. I can cook okasi. I can cook, I like bitter soup and oha. That is great food for me. And I like ballet jam.
Okay.
I can cook.
You're welcome.
So I was born in this Enugu state.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm in Enugu.
Yes, I'm in Enugu state. So Enugu person no get any tribalism to like Abumoye Enugu or Iboye and Kambamba. So I know myself Enugu will be living one.
Anan aka haife mu muka yi makaranta muka yi karatu muka yi aure muka hayyafa.
My name is Hajia Hawa Mohammed. I was born and brought up here, married and have my kids here.
Cultural exchanges through shared festivities, religious ceremonies, and intermarriages have fostered cultural diffusion, assimilation, and adaptation where migrants and their hosts coexist harmoniously in the coal city. With both sides gaining rich cultural and economic experiences, this bond across tribal and racial lines has become mutually beneficial to all parties and indeed to humanity.
Thank you, Suzanne, for that report, as it showcases uniform in diversity. Moving on, have you wondered why a woman's image is used as a symbol of justice? Let's take a look at this story as it gives you a clear answer to that mystery. In front of every judicial building and all courts in Nigeria and beyond is a sculpture of picture of a blindfolded image with a sword in one hand and scales in another one. But have you ever pondered on the choice of this intentionally accepted image by the judicial community? Well, if you haven't, you are just like Beatrice Anyan.
I've always seen the symbol of justice at various courts. But coming into the Imo State High Court this moment, there is a special attraction to the image. I realize it is a woman, and why the image of a woman as a symbol of justice. And who is this woman?
It's a Greek action, ordinarily. It is called Greek goddess or Roman goddess.
The woman is the Greek goddess called Themis, who is known from origin to be associated with clear-sightedness in this dispensation of justice.
They say that women don't look at anybody before they would decide a matter. That's what they are saying. But this is an ancient image.
The symbol of justice, also known as Lady Justice or Lady Justicia, is blindfolded to demonstrate impartiality. The balancing scales in her hand symbolize fair and equal treatment under law, while the sword shows authority and the power to punish injustice. A legal practitioner, Egonumere, in his views, linked the origin of Lady Justicia to the judge in the story of Shylock and his debtor in Merchants of Venice.
It is linked to this because it was a woman who now ordered them to bring a weighing scale. Go and have your pound of flesh. There is a weighing scale. It will be weighed. If it is less, you'll be in trouble.
If it is more, you be in trouble. It must be a pound of flesh, because that is what is in the agreement. And there should be no drop of blood. So it was a very important verdict.
If a mother has 10 children, she doesn't discriminate in the way she disciplines any of the children. It's just justice for everybody. If you deserve 10 strokes of the cane, she gives it to you. So whoever designed this had that in mind, knowing that a woman is dispassionate, that a woman doesn't discriminate in meting out justice.
If you approach a woman, if you want to get justice, depending on how you approach her, you will definitely get justice from her. And that is, I think that is why a woman was chosen as a symbol of justice.
We also sampled the opinion of the people outside the judicial community on what they know about the symbol of justice.
Symbol of justice? I don't know about it. I'm a pastor.
Except that you have asked me now, I've not made any attempt to know that symbol, what that symbol stands for.
That image stands like a mother who wants to beat the child, considering the offense of the child has committed, but it has the symbol. It has to weigh the punishment, whether it's to strike higher or to strike lesser. That is the weight is carrying on his hand.
Whichever school of thought one aligns with, Lady Justitia's clear-sightedness in the dispensation of justice remains the last hope of the common man.
Some may refer to this story as just a woman's word anyway. And their story is shelter is one of the basic needs of a man, but becomes the other way around when it seems difficult to access. A roof over one's head is supposed to be a basic need, but for many people in Umuahia, Abia State, the journey to rent or own a property has turned into a nightmare. Behind the smiles and promises of land agents lies a growing exploitation where agencies without property of their own benefit far more than the landlords, all because of soaring agency fees. Ifoma Ndu Okoli has more.
In recent time, tenants have narrated stories of being shortchanged, duped, or overcharged by housing agents. These middlemen and women who neither own nor build properties often pocket huge agency fees, sometimes exceeding the landlord's rent for the same property.
I am still battling with one whom I contracted to find, an accommodation, an apartment for me. As I'm talking to you, he still has my 270,000.
You see an apartment for 800,000 naira. An agent is telling you that his agent fee is about 40% of the rent. Hello, like 40% of the rent. That's close to about 200 to 300k. How much is the rent? I'll now pay 40 to 20% for agency.
While landlords struggle with maintenance costs and property taxes, agents continue to smile to the bank, earning more than the owners themselves in some cases.
I don't work with agents. Even if agent brings you, I will also let you know that I don't work with agents. For those of them who live in one or two of my properties, they work directly with me.
With housing costs increasing by the day and agents dictating prices, many civil servants in Umuahia, Abia State capital, are left to commute from their villages.
Somebody like me, I'm operating from my village. Because of the high cost, the land agent will tell you to bring his own fees. He will refer you to a barrister before you can pay for the house you want to live in.
Experts say the lack of regulation in the housing market has created a breed of agents who operate with little accountability, leaving innocent rent seekers at their mercy.
They go as long as advising landlords to increase their rents. Not just that, any house that is being built, when it's being built, they will meet the landlord, they will fix the rent themselves. They will convince the landlords. So there is the need for the state government, at the state particularly, to do something.
Until strict policies are enforced, observers say the dream of affordable housing for many will remain out of reach, with agents profiting at the expense of both tenants and landlords.
Who is to be blamed on this? The landlord or agents? But however it is, I think both parties should be in a better position to answer that question. Still on our rendezvous stories, some say love is blind as far as the eyes can see. The saying love is blind is the tendency for a person to overlook a partner's flaws when in love. This initial euphoria of falling in love can cause people to downplay their partner's faults and try to make excuses for them. Sometimes either of the partners believes that love covers every weakness, while for others there will likely be a positive change. While waiting for changes that may not come or left with options of walking away from the union or live with the vices, Umar Basi Edet went to town with the question, is love truly blind?
Love, they say, is a beautiful thing, and many a times people fall in love for so many reasons.
I can take it that way. Why? When you are in love with someone, a girl and a boy, you people will be so tight, so close, everything comes together. But when you marry the girl to the house, in fact, the character that she had when you people were friends is no more. He has been washing your clothes. He asked, will you, Bob, let me keep water for you? But when you marry, all those things has not come in again. So I may say love is blind in that aspect.
This love sometimes blows on into marriages and lifetime relationships. However, the increasing rate of domestic violence, with many leading to divorce, is raising concerns. What could have happened to lovebirds who initially were madly in love? Were noticeable red flags ignored before signing the dotted lines? Or was it a case of love being truly blind?
From my own point of view, love can never be blind. It's all about what you want. So when a young man keep company with a street girl, what do you expect at the end of the day? So love is not blind, it's what they wanted at the first sight. Some of them, they involve in love because of how the girl behave. Probably expose the breasts and nakedness, walk half naked on the street, and a young man fall into, at the end of the day, the result will speak.
Love is blind. It would mean that if your partner offends you or wrongs you, you just close your eyes, you will say anything about it, and that will not, help your relationship.
If you know your partner beats you, you have no business getting into marriage with that kind of person, except and unless you are resigned to feel that this is what I will face until I die. Because that's what it means. When you go into marriage, you walk into something you already know, it means you're ready to go and sit with that thing in there.
Dr. Mfon Ineme is a psychologist as well as a marriage counselor and throws more light on some of these pressing issues.
At the initial point in the relationship that you feel will change, they fall under what we call personality problems, and they get worse with age. So if you get into that relationship, tendency is that person will be, that condition, that experience will get worse. It's not likely going to change. People don't change like that. No, they don't. So with increase in age, the conditions become worse, and so what you saw early and you think was going to change rather get worse than changing.
How can the blindness that love produces be corrected?
That same love is blind, deaf and dumb. By the time you get into that relationship, that love will see, you will hear, you will talk. But that love will want to run away. And the sister will tell you, sister will tell you, you are Christian, you are this, you cannot break marriage. Whereas you saw the red flag early enough that you could have ended that relationship. But just that you were not bold enough. Red flags are always there. There's nobody I can tell you that more than 90%, if not all in all the cases that we have in marriage, those cases were there. Those problems were there at the initial point. But just that some people feel, okay, I'm already old, let me just marry and walk away. And I tell people, when you marry, don't walk away.
Experts advise that it is better to use your mind and heart in a relationship, recognizing potential red flags and acting in good time before it is late, because domestic violence, whether physical or emotional, can sometimes lead to death. To be forewarned is to be forearmed, or like often said, look before you leap.
Love is simply a universal language. Anyone can communicate it. This is where we'll draw the curtain on this week's edition of Sunday Rendezvous. Join us again next week. Stay blessed.